Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes.
Well, the Yankees used the long ball last night. 3 different bats, 3 different swings, 3 different home runs, all solo shots, leading to the Yankees' 8th straight win. And celebrations abound. It's been that way for a while. And again, it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. It's the New York Yankees against the Houston Astros. Then the final game of a 3-game set from Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with David Cohn. I'm Michael Kay. 8 in a row for the Yankees. They go for the sweep of the Astros, and we'll take a look at the pitching matchup in this one, and it's the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. Spencer Arrighetti is going to start for the Astros, and for the Yankees, it's Luis Gil coming off a pretty decent start in Boston.
Yeah, obviously, now that we know what happened in Boston, this was part of the massacre that happened in that sweep. And Luis Gil is an easy read early. If he's throwing his fastball for strikes, it sets everything else up. His changeup is much improved this year. He's gaining confidence. Filling up the strike zone is the key for Luis Gil, and that's the early read in today's game.
His four-seam fastball has been a little bit of an enigma. Obviously, 95 was where you want it. The next starter went up to 95.6. But against the Red Sox, despite pitching well, it was cold that night, 93.6. But he did actually pitch and got the outs that way in the game. Well, he's going to have that guy at shortstop again. He's been great, Jose Caballero. And he talks with Meredith Marakovitz next, right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas for Game 3 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Astros as the Yankees go for the sweep. Hey, everyone. I'm Meredith Marakovitz alongside Jose Caballero. Jose, another 3 hits last night. Over the last 2 weeks, you've been swinging the bat extremely well. What's been the difference for you?
Just keeping it simple, trying to just be in the moment and just simplify everything. I think that's the key, and just live in the moment.
How satisfying has it been for you to contribute in meaningful ways offensively?
Oh, it's great. As long as I can help the team, I'm really happy, and we're winning games, so I'm extremely happy right now.
One thing we know about you, and we've noticed, you love being a nuisance to pitchers on the base pass. What gives you the confidence out there to steal the amount that you do?
Well, just being confident of what I do and the work that I put in, and knowing the timings and all that. I think it gives me confidence to be confident. I know I'm repeating myself, but I think that's the key.
Starting shortstop today, Anthony Volpe will be back in the near future. Do you think about at all what that might mean for you?
Not really. I mean, I'm cheering for him because I know how difficult it is to be in the IL, and I just rooting for him to be healthy as soon as he can be, and to join the team to help us win games and be a part of this.
Jose, I appreciate the time. Good luck this afternoon.
Anytime. Thank you.
Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by David Cohn. We will have first pitch next after the break.
Here is the Sunday lineup presented by Hexclad.
We are the 7U Twinborough baseball team from Kenilworth and Roseau Park, New Jersey. We are proud to present today's Yankees starting lineup. Batting first and playing center field, number 12, Trent Grisham. Batting second and DHing, number 22, Ben Rice. Batting third and playing right field, the birthday boy, number 99, Aaron Judge. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 35, Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 13, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 48, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting seventh and playing catcher, number 25, J.C. Excella. Batting eighth and playing third base, and number 19, Ryan McMahon. At a ninth and playing shortstop, number 72, Jose Caballero. Today's starting pitcher, number 81, Luis Hill. Let's go, Yankees! Let's go! Happy birthday, Aaron Judge!
Oh, that is so cool. Good job, kids. And it is his birthday. He turns 34 today. Kids knew it. He is the birthday boy, and he will bat third in today's lineup. So good stuff by them. And that lineup will be facing Spencer Arrighetti.
See his third start on the year coming today. He's been pretty solid so far. A little bit high on the walks, but he's got strikeout stuff. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher's scouting report for Spencer Arrighetti. He's got a power arsenal, and he throws from a low slot, a really low slot that kind of gives him a little bit of an upshoot look when his fastball's up. Plays well for him in deception. He is prone to high pitch counts, though, as well, and the Yankees will push that today.
Yankees are 18-9. The Astros are 10-18. Arrighetti's ready. Grisham's ready. And let's do it in Houston. First pitch swung on and skied to left, but foul. We're underway. Jeremy Rehack, the home plate umpire. James Jean at first. Adam Beck at second. And the crew chief, Dan Iasonia, is over at third. And a strike. Astro defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Harris, Johnson, and Smith in the outfield left to right. Paredes, Correa, Shoemake, and Walker third to first. Walker's an outstanding defensive first baseman. Christian Vasquez, the veteran, behind the plate. High fly ball, right field. Smith back in front of the track. He'll make the play. One down. All right, the home plate umpire, we told you, Jeremy Rehack. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered pitcher friendly, almost pinned that way. He's had 16 calls challenged, 6 overturned. More low strikes and more high strikes on left-handed batters. Jeremy in his 9th big league season. There's Ben Rice, 5 for 9 in the first 2 games of the series. Yankees have combined for 20 runs in those 2 games, 12 on Friday and 8 yesterday. Lined into left field, right there. And reaching up is Harris. Boy, Rice hit that hard. And happy birthday to Aaron Judge, 34 years old. Those are his birthday numbers, so he does well, like he does every day. 333, 2 homers and 7 ribbies, a great OPS on his birthday. So he's not had a hit in this series, but he has 5 walks, so his on-base percentage is .500.
He's had a lot of swings like that, where he's had really good swings and pitches up and out over the plate, and just a click off, fouled him off.
Fly ball right field. Smith toward the line, and in foul territory, makes the play. Yankees go down in order. And the Astros coming to bat. Back here in Houston, the Yankees don't score in the top of the first. Now it's the Astros' turn against Luis Hill. Here's how they line up. Correa, Alvarez, and Paredes at the top. Day off for Altuve, but come off the bench later. Christian Walker cleans up. Cam Smith and Dustin Harris. Bottom of the order, Vasquez, Johnson, and the former Yankee farmhand, Braden Shoemake.
We see Luis Hill towing the slab down here in Houston. It'll be his 4th start on the year, and you can see there 8 to 9 walks to strikeouts is something that jumps at you a little bit. we'll keep a close eye on that and tell you a little bit more in our Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report. It's about getting in the zone with his fastball. That sets up everything. We'll get an early read. He's had a good feel for his changeup so far and thrown a lot of good ones and kind of pitching for his spot in the rotation right now, and that's the way you want it, healthy competition.
Carlos Correa, 2 hits and 6 at-bats in the first 2 games. He leads off, and the pitch is high. Up and in. That'll wake you up on a Sunday morning.
Well, there's a reason why they call it chin music.
And you can see on the breaking ball, he flinched a little bit. That's what that first pitch or that second pitch did. But he didn't throw it for a strike. Four straight out of the strike zone, so Correa works a walk. Look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And we'll take a closer look at Jazz Chisholm at second. He's the Car Shield defensive player profile. He has 4 outs above average this season, tied for 4th among Major League second basemen.
He's made a couple of really exceptional plays recently, including last night's game. It was a big play. Stopped a big inning potentially from happening.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. And a strike. First strike of the game for Heel. The 0-1. Good change. 0-2.
Yeah, being able to throw that first pitch fastball for a strike sets up the changeup, the front to back style.
One and two. Astros have lost 7 of their last 9 games. They started the season 6-3. Since that point, 4-15. An injury-ravaged squad for Joe Espada. Houston's off tomorrow before they go on the road. They'll face Baltimore and Boston. After the game, the Yankees will travel to Dallas, Texas, and they'll start a 3-game set against the Texas Rangers in Arlington tomorrow. So a 9-game road trip continues. 2-2.
So many comps to this guy. You know, Alvarez, such a hot start, such a great hitter, and big poppy maybe, you know, stylistically. I think pure-wise, his swing is purer than just about any left-hander in the game today.
High fly ball. Bellinger will make the play.
You get him out right there. That's a big spot for Luis Gil. That'll give you confidence early in the game to get through that part of the order. And now you got a chance to go to work here and see if you can get ahead. Attack the zone like your teammates, your other pitchers have been doing. Follow the lead.
Here's Isaac Paredes. And a strike. Crowd in right field serenading Aaron Judge with happy birthday. He just turned around and waved.
There's been a lot of "Let's Go Yankees" chants down here when they get going. been such an incredible run down here for the Astros. You see the Yankee fans right there, right behind him. Aaron Judge is that guy that puts fannies in the seats, no doubt about it. But when you think about this Astros team, wow, after an incredible run they've had, you got to kind of wonder the injuries, this start.
Well, what's interesting about this team, they draw well, big market, but when their stars became free agents, they let them go. Tucker, they traded him before he became a free agent. Correa initially left as a free agent. Bregman left as a free agent. Springer left as a free agent. Garrett Cole left as a free agent. Grounded, beautiful play by McMahon. There's one, on to first, not in time. Tough hop at third, but played well by McMahon.
He just has great instincts at third base. Do you go get it or do you back up? And you got a split second to make that read, and he does it exceptionally well. Make sure you get one. They almost turned it. That had no business being a double play, and they almost made it.
Here's Christian Walker, 3 for 8 in the first 2 games. One and 0. Two 0. Two and 1 on Walker. Walker with 6 home runs, 19 ribbies. Last year his OPS well below his usual standard. Fouled away in the seats. Cam Smith on deck. Three and 2. Runner goes. That one is cracked into left center field. That ball is gone. A home run for Walker. Carry him back out onto the field, but went over the line. And that's his 7th home run of the year, and it's a 2-0 Astro lead.
Nothing cheap about that swing or that home run. That was a bomb.
Pitch to Smith is a strike.
One of the problems when you throw a changeup to a righty and you leave it up, you allow the batter to get his bat out in front. Just look at the point of contact, way out in front. And that is hammered. Well over 430 feet, 109 miles an hour up the bat. It's a long way.
Two and 1. Smith in the throes of a pretty bad slump. 2 for his last 29. 0 for 7 in the series. And he gets hit. So a walk and a hit by pitch here in the first inning for Luis Gil. to 25 pitches already. And Matt Blake wants to settle him down.
Just feels to me that there's a little bit of a lack of conviction from Luis Hill on the mound in terms of how are we going to go about it when we do get ahead. What are my finish pitches? Do I go with my changeup or my slider? And the case in point is that home run he just gave up. Back-to-back changeups in a situation where you have 2 strikes. It's a little bit of indecisiveness on which pitch to go to.
Well, the conference breaks up, and that'll bring up Dustin Harris with a runner on first and 2 men out. Harris picked up off waivers from the White Sox last Saturday with all their injuries. That's what the Astros are doing now, just to fill holes. And a strike. One and one.
Kind of see a little crossfiring going on there, right? When you see a pitcher yank the ball down and in when he's trying to throw it away. It's all about alignment and rotation. Getting through the pitch, right through the glove. I almost feel like, when you talk about pitchers where you start on the mound, talk about Will Warren. Meredith has talked about Will Warren moving to the third base side of the rubber. Luis Hill's on the third base side of the rubber. I almost feel like he'd be better off on the first base side because of his rotation and the way he spins out.
Close at first, but that's 2 throws, so now the advantage goes to Smith.
Ooh, closer than you think. They might take a look.
Call on the field is safe at first base. New York is challenged.
Kind of spun his wheels in the mud almost there. You can see he just couldn't quite get any traction to get back to first base. Might have been the difference right there.
You think there's enough to overturn that? I don't know.
That's close. We need another look. I think, if you get the right angle there, I think he kind of got stuck in the mud. I think he didn't quite get back in time.
They do wet the infield quite a bit before the game. You can see there's still a little bit of a sheen on the dirt.
That's a great point, Michael. You see his spike spun out there a little bit, and then he got stuck.
I don't know if there's enough to turn it.
That is cool. We need a different angle. Yep, he's out. He's not on the bag right there. He's out. If that tag is on the leg, he's out. That's the question. Was the glove on the leg or not?
It's where it all happens. Everybody's favorite sports cave. This is not an easy call. That's why they're taking as much time as they are.
After on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
Wow.
New York retains their challenge.
So he picks him off to get out of the jam. But the 2-run home run by Walker gives the Astros the lead. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Ben Rice is plus 460. Josh Chisholm Jr. plus 500. Bellinger takes a strike to start the second. Arrighetti threw just 7 pitches to get the Yankees in order in the first. You want to guess what Arrighetti's nickname is, David?
I kind of have an idea, yes.
Spaghetti Arrighetti.
Makes sense.
It's better than the fallback of just adding an E, like your Coney.
That's true.
Katy, Texas. 6th-round pick by the Astros. 4 months last season. During BP, got hit with a line drive, broke his thumb. And down goes Bellinger. Take a look at his arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, he's got a 3-way fastball, but his best pitch is his curveball that we just saw it. And his curveball is not a traditional 12-6. It's got a little more horizontal side-to-side movement to it. Sweeping action, but it's very good. He throws it a lot.
He has a low arm angle, but he gets extra extension in his delivery, an extension of 7 foot 4 inches. So you're a lot closer to the batter than other pitchers.
Yeah, it's a great point. That's the secret sauce. It's where it comes from, the window you release it, how far out in front you can get it. That's deception.
He's pitching with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
That long stride, Michael. Look how he jumps off of the pitching rubber and gets out there. That's extension. That's what you were referring to. That 7 feet 4 inches of extension when he releases the baseball out of his hand. And to give you context on that, that is in the 98th percentile of all major league pitchers. Top 2% in terms of that extension number.
And he's challenging that one.
The pitch was low to strike. The hitter's challenging. The call is confirmed. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
He's just going to have to start carrying cash in his back pocket like Mickey Rivers used to do. Just lay down the fine in the dugout.
7 challenges, just 1 call overturned. Well, if you challenge a pitch, according to the Yankee kangaroo court, and the entire ball is in the box the way it was with Jazz in the first game, you get fined $500. That one, not the whole ball, but most of it was in there. Maybe that'll be $350. Gary Phillips had that in today's Daily News, and you know he missed it by so much on Friday that he said, "I'm giving $1,000."
Yeah, just carry your checkbook in your back pocket.
Line drive, it's a base hit. So Chisholm, a 1-out single. Here's the challenge on Friday. That cost him $1,000. It's almost inconceivable he challenged that. Yeah.
The look on his face is priceless.
There's Paul Goldschmidt getting a start against a right-hander. Line drive, caught. Paredes. 2 down. You know, we told you Arrighetti has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He was very upset and surprised he did not make the team out of spring training. But with all the injuries, he was called up and so far making the most of it. Chisholm has 8 stolen bases. Iscar starting for Wells, day game after a night game. His birthday Friday, he got 2 hits. Runner goes. No throw. Stolen base for Jazz Chisholm, his 9th.
Excellent jump. I mean, it's a huge part of his game, and he wants to run.
Pretty good take on that one, 2-1. Now 2-2.
Yeah, out of all of Arrigetti's pitches, the curveball is the one that's used the most. Almost 30% of the time you're going to see a bender.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. Got him on the curve. No runs to hit. One man left.
Welcome back to Houston, where the Astros lead the Yankees 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. For the second consecutive game, Giancarlo Stanton is not in the Yankees lineup. He tweaked his right calf in game 1 of the series, running the bases in the 6th inning. While Giancarlo told me yesterday that he did feel a little bit better, Aaron Boone said after the game that he was not a player for them. The same is likely the case again this afternoon. I asked Aaron Boone how long they would go, essentially playing a player short without making a decision for Giancarlo Stanton when it comes to the injured list, and he said they're going to have more conversations after today's game. They'll get with the training staff and make a decision before tomorrow's game against the Texas Rangers. Now, when it comes to Stanton, whether he lands on the IL or not, one thing we do know for sure, Michael, it will not expedite Anthony Volpe getting back. Aaron Boone said they want him to continue the rehab process in the minors. He was supposed to play a full 9 yesterday, but that game got rained out, so he's playing a full 9 today. He will be back sooner rather than later, but it doesn't look like he'll be joining the team in Texas.
So that would mean that if they do IL Stanton, somebody else would be called up. It'd have to be a position player, and they've got several they can choose from. And although Jason Dominguez still working on fielding, if he got called up to replace Stanton, he'd be a DH. You wouldn't even put a glove on.
Yeah, no, and also his speed too. So what are the pitching matchups in Arlington?
Grounded to first, backing up is Goldschmidt. Over to heel to get Harris.
Get another look here. Keep him on the ground. Good job, boy. Big high hop. You got to get over there, Luis. And does. So you can see there, right? He's breaking it down a little too quick there. Ooh, that was a little closer than it needed to be. But got the job done. Goldschmidt, so good over there. That was not an easy high hop.
And Vasquez takes a strike. Astros leading this one 2-0 on the Christian Walker bomb to left center field, a 2-run home run. That was in the first. We're in the bottom of the second. 0-2. Foul back. Veteran Vasquez, 2 for 6, taking some time away from Yainer Diaz, who starts tonight on the bench. Fouled away. Ground ball, Caballero. 2 down. You know, Meredith spoke to Caballero on the open to the broadcast and gave all the right answers about, are you worried about Volpe coming back? And he said no. He said, because I know how tough it is to be on the IL and to work your way back. He said, I'm rooting for him. Perfect thing to say. And even if Volpe comes back and moves in at shortstop, which is probably what's going to happen, Caballero could still essentially be an everyday player. He plays in so many places, he could give people days off. Right to Caballero. And they just get Daniel Johnson for the final out. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the third. MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcast of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Ryan McMahon starts the third by taking pitch inside. McMahon had his first multi-hit game of the year last night. He's 3 for 9 in this series. One and two. And they're going to challenge. And the Yankees win the challenge.
Return. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
So they retain their challenge. Astros have both of theirs. Yankees, after the Chisholm miss, they have 1. Two 1. 3-1. I'm sure that after about a month, maybe a month and a half, they are going to tell certain players not to challenge. And when you could do it, when's an opportune time to do it. Beginning of a game doesn't make much sense. Fly ball, shallow center, backing up Correa. And that'll bring up Caballero, has 2 home runs in the series. Take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. First one was 97.2. Yesterday's was 100.4. Yesterday was more of a line drive.
You know, one other factor, too, in the timing of using the challenges, to your point, how bad is the call? You better be sure. And, you know, McMahon there early in the game, he was sure. That ball was high. So that's a good challenge.
Well, as of this point, Boone has not revoked anybody's challenge ability. But it's going to happen. I mean, if Jazz continues to challenge at this rate, 1 of 7, he might lose his privilege. And Caballero gets hit. And now he's a threat to go with 10 stolen bases. Got thrown out twice last night at third base.
This is a changeup that just gets away from Arrighetti. Difference between 93 and 83 miles an hour is pretty large when you get hit by a pitch.
Caballero had gotten thrown out with Grisham up last night, and then Grisham followed with a home run. You can see Caballero walk over to Grisham in the dugout as if to apologize. There's a strike. So one time he tried to steal third, with nobody out. You have to make it if you're going to make the first out of third. And then another time he tried to steal third with a left-handed batter up. And the catcher has a clear view of the throw. But I think that's part of his game. He just runs with abandon.
The pitcher's hold a ball, the catcher's challenging.
That was called the ball, and it's going to be challenged by Vasquez, powered by T-Mobile. And he loses that challenge.
The call is confirmed. Houston has one challenge remaining.
It's hard to be an umpire. That's what we're learning through all of this. Everybody's getting humbled. Everybody thinks they know the zone.
One and two.
When I think about all the times I threw a close pitch like this and stared in at the umpire, I would have been horrible at challenges. I thought everything was a strike.
Diving back.
Pretty quick feet from Arrighetti. You got Caballero's attention there.
There he goes. Fly ball, left field. Harris backs up on the track. And hustling back to first is Caballero. Ben Rice scalded a baseball in the first inning, but right at Harris in left field. Runner goes, pitch way inside, throw to second, safe. Pretty nice catch there by Correa on the throw from Vasquez.
Textbook, good jump. Never look back. Right to the outside of the bag. And that slide made a difference. That's why you slide to the outside of the bag. Get your body as far away as you can from the potential tag.
Now Rice's big night last night got him on another pretty august list of Yankees. So after 27 games, these are the Yankees that have hit over 330, 450 or more on base percentage, 750 or more slugging. Ruth, Gehrig, Mantle, and O'Neill. And now Rice.
I remember watching Ben Rice take batting practice early this year, and Reggie Jackson was in town watching him, and he just loved his swing. He wanted me to take him over and introduce me to him. So I took him over. He had already met him. He'd forgotten. But he just loved the technique of Rice's swing, the way he loads, the way just everything about his swing. He thought, that's sustainable.
And he works a walk. So that brings up Aaron Judge. First and second, 2 outs. Foul back. High fly ball, left field. Harris back and puts it away for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. Live bet the long ball with multiple profit boosts on live home run bets every Sunday. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Road and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. We go to the bottom of the third. Schumacher swings at the first pitch. And Caballero puts it away.
Of all the domes that we've seen over the years, they got the roof right here. And it's dark, it's green. You could see the ball on pop-ups. Tropicana's a problem. The King Dome was a problem. The Metrodome was a problem.
They got Safeco right. It's
Safeco.
not Safeco anymore.
Right. Yes, they got that one right. They got this one right. That's the roof you want if you got a white ball up in the air like that for a long time.
One and one on Correa. He walked in the first inning.
Now that's a different story. But the fielders don't have to worry about that part.
It's a bit overcast this afternoon, but yesterday's game was started at 6 local time, and the sun was a factor in the outfield because it's beaming in through those windows. Hit sharply. Oh, what a play by Caballero. And they got him. Jose Caballero flashing the leather.
He's getting more and more comfortable playing shortstop every day. His defense is getting better and better. And he's got the arm strength. Little help from my friend.
Last 4 outs, 3 assists for Caballero and 1 putout. As Alvarez fouls it off.
Good quick first step. Spin and grin.
And that's a strike. Alvarez tried to call time, not granted it by Rehab.
Yeah, you could call time, but you got to get it from the umpire. I think he thinks he didn't have enough time to get set. He's got to acknowledge the pitcher. He did. He thinks that was a little too quick. His opinion doesn't matter. It's a guy behind home plate. His opinion.
Two and two.
Luis Gil humping up 97 miles an hour on that. That's the best velo we've seen from him in a while.
Hit sharply and off the glove of a leaping Jazz Chisholm into right field for a base hit.
Well, it came in at 98 and it left at 108. And Jazz didn't have a whole lot of time to get up. Heck of an effort. Need a bigger glove.
While he was in the air, had the look of the Jumpman logo.
He did.
Paredes takes low and away. Driven deep to left field. That ball is gone. A home run. A long 2-run home run by Paredes. And it's 4-0 Astros.
Number 3 on the year for Paredes. And the dead pull fly ball hitter kept it fair on a fastball up and out over the plate, and for him, that's exactly what he's looking for. Little body language, got it.
Four nothing Astros, couple of 2-run home runs. That was a base hit up the middle by Christian Walker.
And he is all over the dish, looking to pull every at-bat, every swing. And it pays off. His style pays off. You're hoping on the mound. Just lost some hope.
Now Smith got hit in the first inning. Came close again this inning. "15 batters faced, 9 first pitch strikes from Heel. 2-0.
That's the one he's been missing right there. That's a good slider. Righty on righty. That's the one you need.
Off the glove of Vizcarra as Walker goes to second on the wild pitch.
Boy, after the best one he's thrown all day, he comes back with it and just yanks it in the other batter's box. That's sort of that, relationship of where he lands on the mound and where he starts. You get a lot of that crossfire because of his style of spinning out with his front foot.
And a walk to Smith. There's Dustin Harris. Matt Blake going to get somebody up in the bullpen. You see some stirring out there in left center field. During this winning streak, the Yankee starters have been so extraordinarily good that they haven't had to think about eating innings out of the bullpen. Starting pitching ERA in the 8 straight wins, 1.17.
It's the walks too. I mean, they have been filling up the strike zone. If you look night in and night out with the Yankees, they walk far fewer times as a pitching staff. They walk fewer hitters than, conversely, they get walks as hitters. That's a great combination.
High fly ball. Grisham puts it away, and that'll do it. But a 2-run home run by Paredes, and the Astros lead 4-0. Well, tomorrow it's the second leg of this Texas two-step on Yes, as the Yankees and the Rangers kick off a 3-game set in Arlington. Extended coverage starts at 6 with 2 full hours of pregame, leading up to the first pitch at 8:05 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Yankees trail 4-0 as we go to the 4th. And a hot shot knocked down by Shumate. And he just gets the hustling Bellinger for out number 1.
Little juggling act. Never panicked. Got him by a step. Little hesitation out of the box.
Jazz Chisholm takes a strike. He singled his first time up. One and one. Yankees have walked once against Arrighetti. And coming into this game, the Yankees as a team walked 133 times. That's best in the majors. And they were second in home runs with 42 to the Dodgers 44. It's a good recipe. Home runs and walks. Yankees have had 4 games this year with 10 or more walks. That leads Major League Baseball. And down goes Jazz Chisholm for out number 2. You can see he wanted to challenge that one, but thought better of it. He might have been able to overturn that one. Let's see. Nope. Here's Goldschmidt. Arrighetti has pretty good breaking ball.
Really good spin and break on it. And it's kind of a combination, you know. It's got some, as we said before, slide to it almost. But part of that is his lower release point that you mentioned before. He throws from a very low slot. And that promotes kind of more side-to-side movement on his curveball instead of that 12-6. It's hard to have a 12-6er from where he releases it from.
2-1.
If you go directly sidearm, that's 0 degrees on your release point. He is measured at 17 degrees. Conversely, Luis Gil's at 38 degrees, so a little more over the top with Luis Gil. Arrighetti on the lower end of the scale.
2-2.
What that does is the window where it comes out, it's hard to pick up. And the movement you anticipate is not what you think you're going to get. Whether it's up in the zone or the curveball, breaking more sideways than down. That's kind of his secret sauce when he's going well. It's just what you said, that curveball's unique.
3-2.
And it happens fast, it's hard to see, but that's a low slot where he releases the baseball.
3-2. Now back.
That's probably the biggest change I've seen over the last 5 or 10 years. Is the old school theory was you got to get on top, you got to throw downhill, tall and fall. And actually, no, it's kind of the opposite now, depending on who you are and mechanically, biomechanically, how your body moves.
Was the worry once that if you came 3/4 that you might hurt your arm more?
I think the feeling is that you couldn't throw the ball as hard that way, or you couldn't, get maximum extension that way. And he's a prime example of somebody who gets maximum extension from a low slot.
Punched out, right side, barehanded by Walker. What a play! That ball had English on it, came back, and he barehanded it and tossed to Arrighetti for the out. He is an outstanding first baseman for the Astros. That's not an easy play there. Stayed with it for the out. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Down on the farm, they're cooking up something special. As Vasquez leads off and swings at the first pitch, fouls it away. Jason Dominguez gotten off to a good start. George Lombard Jr. It looks like the bat is catching up to the glove. He's doing a good job offensively. And Jack Siebert, young right-hander, doing well. Yankees building a lot of players and in essence building a lot of chips if they need to make trades.
Yes, I mean they are loaded for bear right now. You have to be extremely pleased if you're in player development in the Yankees organization with how this is unfolding, with the potential depth that you now have and the chips for the future that are going to be not only chips, as you said, potentially for the trade deadline, but also fill in the roster as needed.
High pop-up. Escara gives it a look. It's over the screen and in the seats. Grounded up the middle. Caballero. One away. Strike to Johnson. Shows bunt. Takes the ball, 1-1. Foul back. On this day in 1974, Yankees made one of the deals that built the foundation, helped build the foundation for the 77-78 championship teams. And Gabe Paul traded Fritz Peterson, Steve Klein, Fred Bean, and Tom Buskey to the then Indians for Chris Chambliss, Dick Tidrow, and Cecil Upshur. And they kind of fleeced the Indians before that for Nettles. So Gabe Paul knew that Indian organization very well. Well, they are giving Caballero a workout. Well, today after Yankees coverage, stay tuned for the latest episode of Homegrown, The Path to Pinstripes, and go down on the farm with AAA Scranton to hear from the team's top pitching prospects, Carlos Legrande and Elmer Rodriguez. Catch it today after the Yankees on Yes on the Gotham Sports app. Here's Shoemate. And a strike.
And they're both throwing the ball exceptionally well, not in AAA. Elmer Rodriguez in particular. Jason Dominguez 2 more hits today in today's game in Scranton.
Grounded to first. Goldschmidt steps on the bag. Nice bounce back inning for Heel as he gets the Astros in order, and we'll go to the 5th. Howdy scoreboard, 4-0 Astros. A couple of 2-run home runs against Luis Heel, and the Yankees have managed just 1 hit. That's a line drive single by Chisholm with 1 out in the 2nd. We go to the 5th, bottom 3rd of the order. J.C. Escarra starts it off. How about the bottom of the order yesterday, David? 7, 8, and 9 last night was 7 for 13, 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in. That'll get it done.
Yeah, if that's, you know, in the back end of a winning streak here, you start to see the offense broaden out in production, and that is a welcome sign.
Now, Arrighetti's doing so well, but in all likelihood, he's not going 9, and it's been a big problem for the Astros, their bullpen. Yankees, I'm sure, waiting for that to happen, for that door out in right center field to open up. Hit sharply, backhanded there by Shoemake. 1 away.
You just kind of knew Shoemake would get a shot somewhere. I mean, we saw him in spring training. He was impressive in spring training. He moves well, can play different positions. Hit a home run his first at bat against the Yankees.
Ryan McMahon against Arrighetti. One other major leaguer has had the last 7 letters of Arrighetti's last name, finishing off their last name.
I know one.
That's the one.
Yes. Threw a no-hitter.
Dave Righetti.
4th of July.
Always wonder what would have the ending chapter of Righetti's career have been if he did not transfer to the bullpen. He was a really good starter and was a pretty good reliever too. Strike 3. McMahon down looking. Another good breaking ball.
Well, it's his signature pitch. You could see it just races to the outside corner. It looks like it's outside the whole time until the moment of truth when it hits the outside corner. Righetti had almost like a Guidry type slider. He had to work. He'd worked. You know, Gator's great. He's always around, and he really, I think, had a big influence on Dave Righetti. Still see Gator in spring training. He had one of the best sliders you'll ever see from a lefty, especially down and into righties. Rags had that going there as a starting pitcher. Got Yankee fans in Texas. Who said there's no Yankee fans down?
I don't know what was in that little box that he was eating.
That
looks like some kind of Cheeto thing.
Could stash a Cheeto in that beard for later.
Yeah, perfect storage spot. And foul tipped into the glove of Vasquez. A strong inning for Arrighetti. We're halfway through. It's 4-0 Astros. Have some. Bottom of the 5th inning, Audi scoreboard. It's 4-0 Astros over the Yankees. Yankees have managed just 1 hit in 5 innings against Arrighetti. Here's Carlos Correa against Heel. 1-0. "20 batters faced, 13 first pitch strikes for Heel. Now 2-0. "3-0. You know, the unusual thing about this performance is that we've seen velocity out of him we have not seen a lot of. 97, 98. That was the 94, but he has humped it up. There's a strike. But I think the Yankees would love to get him back to what he was in 2024 when he won the Rookie of the Year. He was so important to them, and he was a different pitcher who was much more aggressive, while after the injury last year, he became more of a quote-unquote pitcher trying to paint out there. 3-2.
You know, I mentioned it before. What I see is a pitcher who's fighting his mechanics. Where he starts on the rubber, where he lands, how he crossfires. He's not getting through it consistently, and that leads to control issues.
I think that pitch broke his glove.
Another look.
Wow, right through.
And he still held the frame. Now that is good training right there. Let me hold it. Let me pull it back in. I don't have it, but it's right there.
You ever break a catcher's glove?
No.
And there's ball 4. Correa walks for the 2nd time. Now it's time to name that Yankee. Brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. This is a 9 on a Sunday. Wow. 250, 1,665 hits, 291 home runs, and played for the Yankees in 77.
I love the old logos. Look at the old Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And the Atlanta logo. Yeah, that Colts 45. I mean.
You know what I found out the other day? The Astrodome's still standing. They don't even use it. The 1-1. Line down the right field line. It's a base hit. Judge will play it off the wall. Correa jogs slowly into third. It's a double for Alvarez, and the Astros are set up 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out.
You know, once again, you can see the catcher setting up away, and Luis Gil kind of yanks it across his body in. And Alvarez does not miss it.
And Aaron Boone has seen enough. Signals for the right-hander, and Gil's day is done. 4 innings and 2 batters. Not his best performance. He trails 4-0 with the runners on, his responsibility. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet.
Big John Mayberry.
Bob Watson, who became Yankee GM. Well, Paul Blackburn is going to take over. And he inherits quite a jam. Second and third, nobody out. Paredes coming to bat. Yankees bring the infield halfway. Correa doesn't seem like he's running all that well in this series. Pitch inside. So Correa at third, Alvarez is at second. Let's take a look at the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Fastball up and out over the plate. Just inside the foul pole.
And a strike to Paredes.
Strike. The hitter is challenging.
Paredes is going to challenge that. Did not think it was a strike. And he's right.
The call is overturned. Houston has one challenge remaining.
Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Correa scores. Alvarez goes to third. It's an RBI single for Paredes. And it's 5-0 Houston.
Turns him loose on 3-0. Likes what he sees. Keeps the line moving.
Might have broken the bat.
Yeah, a little off the end.
So now they drop back for a double play, which would still allow a run to score. Christian Walker 2 for 2. 1-0. Now they change their mind and they bring the infield in halfway. Kind of undecided. You don't have to go all the way in with Alvarez running at third. 1-1. Two and one on Walker. Two-run home run in the first, single to center in the third. First and third, still nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. That one just missed. Big cut. Swings over the sinker, 3-2. High drive, left field. Bellinger back, turning, looking. And that ball's off the wall. Alvarez scores. Here comes Paredes. Here's the throw. He'll score. Walker with a two-run double. And it's 7-0 Houston.
Well, you're getting fastball counts, and you get fastballs. You're going to hammer them. Especially a veteran hitter like Walker, and excellent base running by Paredes to see it and go and score on that. And that guy's sizzling right now. After struggling last year, is all the way back now.
There's Cam Smith. Center field. Coming on Grisham, he makes the catch. One away here in the 5th. Take a look at the Yankees bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. And they used 4 last night. 3 2/3 innings, 1 hit. And Blackburn might have to wear it today. I'd say that Cruz is the only one not available. One and 0. Shallow right. Judge dives, can't make the play. But Jazz Chisholm did and fires to second for the double play. Jazz Chisholm somehow came up with that. Over the shoulder. And then straying too far from second is Walker, and Jazz Chisholm gets him for the double play.
Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Anthony Volpe playing game 1 of the 7-inning doubleheader for Scranton Wilkes-Barre today. Supposed to play 9 innings last night, but they got rained out, so today taking advantage. Volpe 2 for 4 with 2 RBI singles and 4 at-bats. He's hitting .308 in 8 rehab games, so Volpe trending in a very positive direction, guys.
Well, thank you, Bob. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 7-0 Astros. So the Yankees have created quite a hill to climb. Grisham will lead off against Arrighetti. And there's a strike.
Seems like Arrighetti's dropped that curveball over at will today. Just excellent command of that particular pitch.
Oh, 0-2. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Trent Grisham to hit 1 or more home runs, plus 525. Strike 3, late call, but he strikes out on the backdoor breaking ball. Let's go around the majors. Mason Miller has been unbelievable. 34 2/3 scoreless innings, longest in Padres history. Jacob Mizorowski, 102.7 on a strikeout pitch, fastest in the tracking era dating back to 2008. And Jacob deGrom scheduled pitch Tuesday against the Yankees, 2-0, 2.13. This season he'll go up against Cam Schlittler.
Mizorowski had an upper 90 slider for a strikeout in that game as well. It was unbelievable.
Yankees have just 1 hit, 1 out single in the second by Chisholm. They've had 2 other base runners, a walk and a hit by pitch. So he has shut down a very hot offense.
He's 15 for 27 throwing strikes with that particular pitch, that curveball.
And that's why he could get away with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, because the breaking ball plays off of everything.
You know, you mentioned he was disappointed when he didn't make the team out of spring training. It's because his velocity was down, and it's still down a couple of ticks from when he broke in. But the curveball's not down. A high spin strike thrower.
2-2. Second base, Shoemake. 2 down. And here's Aaron Judge. Oh and 1. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Most home runs before his 34th birthday, behind Mickey, Lou, and Babe. But remember, Aaron Judge came up at an older age because he went to college and spent time in the minors. High fly ball, deep left center. And that ball is gone. A home run. A birthday blast for Judge. His 10th home run of the year. Yankees on the board. It's 7-1.
That was up there a while.
Yeah. That's his first hit of this series. And his 3rd birthday home run. Played Major League Baseball on 7 of his birthdays.
He's been just missing that Arrighetti breaking ball all day, and he got that one.
One and one.
Gave you a lot of time to load up, Michael. You see, he got under it a bit, but hit it 109 miles an hour, and that's 5.7 seconds of hang time to go 401 feet.
So you're calling that a Ray guy?
That's a Ray guy, no doubt. Fair catch it. Fan can fair catch it. I mean, this is up there. A moonshot. Up in the balcony.
Three and one.
You got to be strong to hit a ball 400 feet that high.
That one is ripped into center field, but Johnson right there puts it away for the final out. But Judge hits a home run to get the Yankees on the board. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's picture is of Anthony, who's sharing his love of the Yankees with his daughter Maya by bringing her to the Yankee home games every Sunday. See you next Sunday. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. The Yankees put a dent in the scoreboard. They get a run on the Judge home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And there's a strike to Vasquez from Paul Blackburn, who took over for Luis Hill.
So Luis Hill today, kind of in and out, right? A little struggling. Looked like he had some good velocity at times, but 83 pitches thrown, only 3 swing and misses all day. And that's obviously a number everybody looks at nowadays, is your swing and miss ability, missing bats. And he didn't miss a whole lot today.
Didn't strike out about it.
Yes.
Grounded to McMahon. Fires high, but Goldschmidt comes down with it and foot on the bag for the first out. There's Daniel Johnson. He's grounded to Caballero twice. 0-1. 0-2. Astros trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. Yankees trying to keep their winning streak alive. 8 in a row coming into this game. And that's in the dirt. Escara tags him. So 2 away. Here's Braden Shoemake. And a strike. Shoemake 0 for 2, starting at second in place of Altuve today. You know, one of their stated intentions coming into the season was to not have Altuve play every day. And that runs counter to what Altuve is about, wants to be there every day. And sometimes they say coaching a superstar veteran is one of the toughest things you could do.
It's sort of the age-old question, right? The Cal Ripken question, the streak, playing every day. Are you better off playing every day? Are you better off with a little bit of load management? Are you better off being more efficient and tracking things in a different way? Obviously, the medical data in today's clubhouses is so much different. Shohei Ohtani tracks everything, how much he sleeps, if he's a half hour short on a weekly basis, travels with his mattress on the road. I mean, things are much more different than they used to be. I mean, a cup of coffee and a glazed donut in the morning, that ain't happening anymore.
No.
Work for me, but it ain't happening. I like a good glazed donut. But yeah, I mean, if you can give him a break here and there, then maybe he'll be a little fresher. Maybe you'll get a little more productivity out of him because he's fresher and more efficient when he does play. And that's sort of the balance, especially as you get on in years, towards the back end of your career. Quality over quantity.
Jack Curry just tells me that Bob Lorenz brought in glazed donuts for everybody today.
Oh, Bob, he's the best.
And Willie had coffee and a donut.
See,
yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Swing and a miss. Good inning for Blackburn. Against the Astros in order. We go to the 7th. Yankees down by 6. Top of the 7th inning on the Ford scoreboard, 7-1. So the Yankees have 9 outs to make up this 6-run deficit and keep their winning streak alive. Arrighetti's still out there. Chisholm will lead off. 1-0. You know, having a good, reliable breaking pitch is really a weapon in today's game more than ever, because everybody's sitting speed. Every pitcher seems like they throw 98, 99. If you could drop in a breaking ball, you're disrupting the timing of everybody.
I agree, especially early in the count. You can mix it up. It makes you more unpredictable. A lot of hitters don't want to swing early if they see a big breaking ball. El Duque made a living off of that. How many times have we see El Duque flip a curveball in there for strike one to a left-handed batter? It's stealing strikes. You can steal strikes that way if you have command of it. You know, sometimes the philosophy nowadays is just throw your best pitch more often and throw it as hard as you can or spin it as fast as you can. Instead of just, you know what, let me just drop a curveball in there for a strike. Take it and run. 0-1. Now go to work.
And there's that backdoor breaking ball. Chisholm down looking. What a performance by Arrighetti. And their bullpen's heating up. It's Brian King out there. And you can even see the metrics around baseball. Pitchers are throwing harder than ever, but the percentage of fastball usage has dropped. That one is driven out into left field. On the run is Harris, and he's not going to get there. It's up against the wall. And Goldschmidt has himself a double.
We'll visit the gap. Stand-up double.
Here's J.C. Escara. Old Reliable drops in there for a strike.
You just give up on it. You know, it's the old philosophy of you throw strikes that look like balls and balls that look like strikes, meaning it's a ball the whole way until the end. Looks like it's out of the strike zone and then dips into the strike zone. Or your chase pitches look like they're in the strike zone and dangle and then leave the strike zone. That's the combination that he's had today that works.
Big cut over the curve, 1-2. So came into the game, Arrighetti did 2-0, 2.45. Now the ERA is down to 2.08.
Well, he's definitely a part of my all-moss team. I mean, that is some healthy moss on his head right there. Look at the all-uniform team. He's part of the all-moss team. That is beautiful.
And Escara gets mossed. 2-0.
After throwing all those curveballs for strikes, you throw one that looks like a strike and ends up a ball. Watch, it's there, and then no, it's not. It's gone. That's the secret sauce.
So 2 down. Here's McMahon. Eight strikeouts for Arrighetti. And he's shutting down a potent Yankee offense. And he's dealing a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. So there's different ways to get it done. Just 1 walk, 3 hits. The only run, the Judge home run. Fly ball, center field. Johnson puts it away. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Astros lead the Yankees 7-1, but we're going to stay right here as we honor America in Houston, Texas.
Here at Daikin Park, we kindly ask that you please rise now and join us as we take pause not only to honor our great nation, but to salute those who protect our freedom each and every day for their service and their sacrifice. Please join Miss Kate Watson for the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, through the oceans, white with foam. And God bless America, my home sweet and God bless America, our home sweet home.
Time for your Ford Studio Update. Bob and Jack with you. And the Yankees' great run of starting pitching hit a wall today with Luis Gil.
Yeah, an uneven performance from Gil, Bob. He gets tagged for a couple of two-run home runs. And when you're auditioning or competing to try and stay in the rotation and an uneven performance doesn't help you, Gil's at his best when he's getting swing and miss and dominating in the strike zone. 3 walks today, 3 swing and miss. Bad combination.
We're going to break it all down with Willie Randolph when he joins us on the WB Mason postgame. See you then.
Thank you, Bob and Jack. 7-7-0 for the Astros, 1-3-0 for the Yanks. You see the other particulars as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch to Correa is a strike. Blackburn still in there. You know, Jack Curry just brought up a good point. Looming, and in a good way, for the Yankees. First Rodon and then Cole. So unless you're Max Fried or Cam Schlittler, you're auditioning to stay in that rotation. And that was not his best performance, Luis Gil. And although he had good numbers against the Red Sox, his stuff wasn't dominant against the Red Sox. And that Red Sox offense right now is kind of anemic, and looked like the coaches and the manager lost their job because of it. Second base, 1 away. Well, come celebrate Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd. There'll be appearances by your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Max Fried Mandalorian bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com, and may the force be with you.
You know, I've been out there, Michael, on the mound, and if your mechanics are off, if you're fighting your mechanics, then you're not getting the most out of your delivery. That's why you see one time he throws the ball 98, Luis Gil, and the next time it's 94. There's inconsistency in the velocity because there's inconsistency in the mechanics. You know, I pointed out, what I thought before, but I really see a guy that's fighting his mechanics. A lot of crossfires, aiming away and yanking it down and in a lot.
You think the oblique last year plays a part in that he kind of changed things up?
It's possible. You know, compensation happens when you don't even realize it, if you're protective of something. There were a few times where he really got through the baseball today. That's when 98 showed up.
It was a lat strain, not an oblique, a lat strain. 2-2.
It just feels like he's healthy enough. If you're able to throw the ball in the upper 90s, even occasionally today, then you would think he's healthy enough, to your point. But I just don't see him getting through the baseball. You can tell when you get through a baseball. When you're throwing a baseball, you can tell. If everything's in sync, you get through it. That's my top velocity there, and I should be able to hang around there more often than he does.
Grounded and grabbed there by Goldschmidt. Over to Blackburn. Nice play by Goldschmidt. 2 down. Just took an extra base hit away from Alvarez.
He did, and that's got some topspin on it too. You can see that ball's racing down the line. Blackburn right where you're supposed to be.
There's Paredes. 3 runs scored today. And 3 RBIs. Big home run in the 3rd inning. Deep shot right down the left field line. Just stayed fair. Everybody, both sides were trying to use body English, but Astros won out. It stayed fair. 2-1. Two. Tomorrow against the Rangers, going to be Max Fried against Jack Leiter.
Got some good pitching matchups coming up.
DeGrom, game 2, and then Eovaldi, game 3.
Yeah, DeGrom and Schlittler. That's pretty good.
And then Will Warren against Eovaldi. Still 3-2.
You know, when you look at Paredes' style, we've talked a lot about his hooking style, pulled fly balls. The best hooking style hitter I ever saw was Joe Carter. Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit another. He was that way, kind of this style of hitting.
Right to McMahon to the glove side. And another good inning for Blackburn. He's retired 8 in a row. See that guy right there? Congratulations to Ahmed Rosario on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. How'd he get it? 300 batting average, 2 home runs, 7 ribbies, an OPS of 948. Solid in the field. Well deserved. Congratulations. Arrighetti is out. They bring in the left-hander Brian King. And Caballero fouls it off. So King has allowed 3 runs in back-to-back games after only 1 run in his first 7 games combined. And we told you the Astros bullpen has been a thrill a minute. Popped up. Walker. 1 down. Take a look at the Old Spice fresh stats. The Astro bullpen 6.19 this season. That's last in the big leagues. You know, when you look under the hood at Brian King's numbers, he must be a pretty tough at bat, because if you look at StatCast bat tracking measurements, opposing hitters have a much slower bat speed and a shorter swing against him. That's a lot like Tim Hill. 1-1 on Grisham.
It's contact management on the pitcher's mound. Getting them to slow their swings down, off-speed pitches, getting their timing disrupted.
And he had a 4% walk rate last year. Lowest among American League relievers. '30th round draft pick, made good. After he finished college, he never thought he'd be playing professional baseball. About to take a job on a fishing boat for the Alaska Wildland Adventures, and the Cubs drafted him in the 30th round. And here he is in the big leagues. 3rd season. Swing and a miss, got him. Grisham 0 for 4 today. And Ben Rice 0 for 2 with a walk. 1-1. Ryan Yarbrough looks like he'll pitch the bottom of the inning. Second base. And the Yankees go down in order against King. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's time to name that Yankee. Here are the clues. 291 home runs. This is a 9. And the answer is the toy cannon.
Yes.
Jimmy Wynn. Going to the ball. Compact. Powerful.
Yes.
Played with reckless abandon. A lot of home runs for a guy not that big. That one at Shea Stadium. Three-time All-Star. 223 of his home runs with the Astros. Final career home run with the Yankees. Great nickname, the Toy Cannon. Ryan Yarbrough comes in and deals a strike to Christian Walker. Walker 3 hits. Average up to 294. He looks like the player that played with the Diamondbacks. This is a completely different player than the one last year. More energy, seems more life in his body, playing great first base the whole series. The 0-2. Punch the other way, foul. .35 years old, 12th big league season. 1-2. And what a 21st century line. He said this offseason, David, he was in a better headspace.
Headspace.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. I don't think I've ever been in a real good headspace.
Headspace, yeah. I'm going to lay off of that. You teed one up for me right there, but I'm not going to take it.
Love it. Here's Cam Smith, 2 for his last 30, but he's reached twice today. Hit by pitch and a walk. And a strike from Yarbrough.
I love watching Yarbrough pitch. I mean, in today's power game, there's still room for a soft tossing lefty who's crafty and knows what he's doing.
Swing and a miss. Smith down on strikes.
Very effective for guys who are geared up for 97 and you get 77 instead. You just can't wait on it. And good movement and location as well.
Pinch hitting for Dustin Harris is Bryce Matthews. Caballero. And McMahon tried to cut in front of him and mishandled. So they're going to give the error to McMahon.
Not sure if he heard footsteps, but nonetheless, he just didn't get down to get it.
Here's Christian Vasquez. Enyel De Los Santos warming for the Astros. Drill to left field. Bellinger there to make the play, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, one error, and one man left. Yankees will try to rally in the ninth. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. And by the New York Lottery. This could be your lucky play. Ninth inning, Astros 7-1 over the Yanks. And they will bring in their titular closer, Enyel De Los Santos. He has been closing with Brian Abreu struggling and Josh Hader on the IL. 30 years old, 8th big league season. He faces Judge, Bellinger, and Chisholm to try to close it out. Yankees down by 6. He's had 3 days off, so this is not obviously a safe situation. Judge had a home run in the 6th inning. The Yankees' only run on the board. His 10th home run of the year, 18th ribby. Celebrating his 34th birthday today. Two and one. He's pitched for the Phillies, the Pirates, Guardians, Padres, Yankees, White Sox, Atlanta, and now Houston. 2-2. His Yankee tenure was only 5 games. Gave up 7 runs to the White Sox. And then he was DFA'd. And the White Sox liked what they saw, and they picked him up off waivers. Three and 2 on Judge. Judge has walked 5 times in this series. Line to right field. Smith there. Let's take a look at the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton out of the starting lineup. Second straight game with right calf tightness. And a decision on a potential IL stint expected to be made tomorrow. There's Bellinger. And a strike. One and one. Last August, De Los Santos had the first 2-pitch inning. 11th inning, runner on second against the Orioles. Got a fly out from Mountcastle, and then Dylan Beavers lined out to second base. They doubled the runner off second, and that's how I have a full 2-pitch, 3-out inning.
Never heard of such a thing. Only one ever?
Only one ever. Popped up, shallow right. Smith puts it away. Well, fans, after the final, I'll get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, I'll look ahead to the series with the Rangers. It's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Max Fried tomorrow against Jack Leiter. Wonder if Al's going to be in the house.
Good chance.
Oh and 1 on Chisholm. Chisholm has one of the Yankee 3 hits, a single in the second, then the Judge home run in the 6th, and a double by Goldschmidt in the 7th. Story of this game was Arrighetti and how well he pitched. He's about to go 3-0. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Shoemate. Fires to first. Safe. A base hit for Jazz Chisholm.
Smell that hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's help from this camera angle. It's up the middle. Boy, he knows it. Shoemate. Good effort. You got to go. Do you want it? Yeah, he does.
He made the call before James Jean. There's Goldschmidt. Foul back. They're not holding Chisholm on at first. And he will take second.
I like the baggy pants, right? Short, the baggy look there. An old school feel to it, right?
He definitely wore that on Jackie Robinson Day, too.
Yeah, a little tribute?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yankees down to their final strike. That one is ripped into left center field. That is going to be in there and go to the wall. Jazz Chisholm Jr. scores. Goldschmidt with his second double of the game. Yankees still alive at 7-2.
Goldschmidt again. Another gappage.
Yankees still fighting to keep their win streak alive. Here's Escara. Ground ball, fair, inside first, and down the right field line. Goldschmidt will score. Escara goes to second with an RBI double, and now it's 7-3.
Escara down and in, smokes this ball right down the line. Trading places with Goldschmidt at second base.
Escara picks up his 5th rookie of the year. Actually got 2 starts in this series. Started Friday night. Yesterday, Wells hit a home run. But day game after night game, they have Escara behind the plate again. So here's Ryan McMahon, who's 0 for 3 today. And the pitch high, 1-0. They are getting Okert, Avella are ready in a hurry. Two and 0. Line drive is a base hit to right field. Escara, he will score. Yankees still alive, an RBI single by McMahon at 7-4.
Well, how about a 2-out rally, huh? Reach out and hook that outside pitch. Drill it to right.
Here's Caballero 0 for 2. If Caballero gets on, the tying run comes to the plate.
Hey, you start looking at the lineup rolling over again, and Grisham, Rice, and Judge, do they get another at-bat?
Line, and that's it. Paredes makes the catch, and the Yankees' winning streak is over. Although they battled in the ninth, they lose this one 7-4.
A little feel-good night for a lot of the Yankee hitters. Keep piling on, try to keep their feel going, but nonetheless, it all started on the mound. The Yankees' pitching has been so dominant, and today it just was not. And Luis Gil was a little inconsistent, and he paid the price.
So 8 was enough for a winning streak as the Yankees go down, but they take this series 2-1 on to Texas. We'll come back, give out awards, a post-game after that. Time for the game-changing Drive of the Game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, it came early. First inning, 2 outs. Man on base. Ouch. Christian Walker's sizzling right now, and that was a bomb, and that put the Astros on the path to victory right from the first inning.
All right, time for the Chevy player of the game.
Well, yeah, it's just like grandmother's gravy on Sunday, right? Arrighetti had it working. Tasted good if you're an Astro. Curveball for days, for strikes. And when he needed strikeouts, he could throw them for balls too. Well done today.
Only the second Astro starter to pitch the 7th inning this year. 7-7-0 for the Astros, 4-7-1 for the Yankees. Took 2 hours and 29 minutes. Arrighetti 3-0, Heel 1-2. Heel lasted just 4 innings, pitching into the 5th. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Willie Randolph. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow when the Yankees continue this Texas two-step by heading to Arlington. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 8. Once again, the final score, the Astros 7 and the Yankees 4. For David Cohn and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Willie Randolph, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show, guys.